every week with Brian and his trusty team and music that's unique.
And so the winter ends and spring has begun, and I'm here on a lovely spring day on the Wirral. We got back from Malta late at night, and we therefore had to stay in a travel lodge overnight in Liverpool before we could get home the next day. And we had some nice views from that travel lodge over the Albert Dock, which was interesting. And something that we noticed quite early on was that there were new buses about on the Wirral. Apparently, according to things I spotted on YouTube and elsewhere, the first service was the 487 from Liverpool to Ness Gardens, which I've had the opportunity to take a run on. We'll be looking into Ness Gardens shortly. And the buses themselves, well, they've spread out, and our local services that come to where we live in Arrow Park, the 413 and the 414 to Seacombe and New Brighton respectively, they are also now the new buses. And one of the things I noticed, not straight away I have to admit, was that they no longer have overtaking mirrors. They have little cameras mounted on the bus, and the driver has two large screens in the cab, one on the left and one on the right. And on those he gets the view of the road to the left and the right and behind him. Yes, there are cameras on the back of the bus as well. I didn't notice those at first. So we've gone all sort of electronic and digital. The actual old-fashioned mirrors no longer exist. All these buses I've seen are 74 reg, and not just in the Arriva Mersey Travel livery either. I think actually that Al's coaches had theirs on the 22 route between West Kirby and Chester. I think they're the same bus more or less, and I think they've had them quite a bit longer. Apparently the bus is called an ADL Enviro 200 MMC. What a friendly name that is. Anyway, I've just spotted one over there. It's a 413 and it's going to take me home. In case you hadn't gathered, I'm down at Seacombe Ferry. With the camera turned the other way, we can see the ferry coming in. I'm not waiting for the ferry today. I am actually waiting for a bus to get me home. But while we're here, let's watch the ferry come in. I almost don't want to speak, and I'm certainly not going to speak very loud because it's just so quiet and calm in this place. This is Ness Gardens in South Wirral, and I feel as though I'll disturb the peace of the place if I talk too loudly. But we've come here just to relax a little bit and to have our lunch at their excellent cafe. At the moment, the trees are still bare, those that do go bare in the winter, and not much has sprung into action yet, even though spring has begun. But it's a calm place with lots of fantastic views, including across from here, that direction, across the River Dee, in fact, to the Welsh Hills. So can't believe it's so quiet. I'm at the house in Tryfyn near Mole, North Wales, slightly up in the hills. Lots of noises going on here today as the council seem to be doing some kind of work on the road outside with stop-go boards. And Handyman Bob is currently using a grinder to rake out the mortar in the bricks at the back. This is the latest episode in a whole project to get rid of the cladding. It's not really cladding, it was render, that's the word. Cladding's just become such a popular word, I'm calling everything cladding, but it was render. It was making damp in the kitchen and it all needed taking off, and we had quite a long process doing that. It had started by falling off in places a few years ago, and eventually I decided it looked better in bare brick anyway, so what we're doing now is taking off all the original render, every bit of it, raking out the old bricks so that we can do a repointing exercise. And that's basically the latest, with the weather being suitable for outdoors at the moment, which of course in Britain it isn't a lot. We did quite a bit of work on this house over the last few years, and I haven't really reported back on any of it, but when we rebuilt the bathroom, I think it was back about 2018 when we first started on the bathroom, and by 2020 I'd ordered a new bathroom suite, which of course comes with a bath. And then when we had tenants in, they didn't want a bath, they wanted a shower. So we had to revisit the bathroom and take out the bath and put in a shower. And then it took us quite a while to come up into the wilds of Wales and actually board it all off. That is, the pipes we put in were still left exposed for quite some time before we came back and hid them, which is of course what we should have done in the first place, but we got a lot of other things to do. I suppose while I'm here I should update you on some of the other things we've shown you recently. I went to Bramley near Leeds to have a look at the water tank there, which was leaking. That's since been replaced. We have a brand new water tank in Bramley, picture of that. And the infrared heaters I've been putting in over the winter to replace some of our older panel heaters. We put another one in the Wallasey HMO, so that's gone up. This one is a higher powered one for a big room with a bay window. It's 700 watts and it keeps the room easily into the 20s in the coldest weather, so very good, these infrareds. On the 1st of March a new registration plate came out, and I was running around in the car with my granddaughter. We were sort of chasing up loose ends and removing rubble from various places. She kept spotting 25 reg vehicles, and by the time I looked it had gone, so I didn't actually see one till nearly the end of March, and I was doing my usual thing and sitting in a supermarket car park, and there was one parked right opposite me, and I'd been staring at it for about a few minutes probably, and I went, oh, that's 25, now I've seen one. Just a few more bits and pieces, places I've been, like Net's Cafe down at Little Neston, I think it's classed as. Views from that cafe, it's been warm enough to sit outside, across the Dee estuary and to the North Wales hills on a very pleasant day. Also went to West Kirby on the bus and explored a little bit of the Wirral Way. And where else have I been? Well, I've been to Chester, our house in the outskirts of Chester where we had to take all the trees down in the windy weather. We've been back there to clear up, and in fact, to be more precise, the tenants have been clearing up. They asked me to provide a skip, so I got one delivered, and they said they'd fill it with all the old tree branches and things, and I went back a few weeks later and it was done. Do like our tenants when they're like that. There are nice gardens around where our flat is in Arrow Park, and you have to catch them at a certain time of year to see all the flowers on the grass, and I did catch that. It was a few weeks ago now, and of course they start to die off very quickly. The weather's also been improving in Bulgaria. They have snow in the winter, and it gets well below freezing, so nothing much has been going on there. But of course my friend Colin is living there full time, and as the weather's picked up, he's been out to some horse racing. Not the kind of horse racing that you might think straight away. He's sent over this video of some horse and cart racing where they basically race one cart against another, just two at a time. So I thought you might enjoy seeing this.
Шарени зелник месеше, от реката вода носеше, шарени зелник месеше.
Официални гости на тържеството са доктор Кристиян Кирилов, председател на Общински съвет град Свищов.
Поздравявам сърдечно всички жители на селото, носещи името Colin, което означава Божи.
Благодарим за участието. Браво ви! Поздравления за Георги.
Colin was last here in Britain at Christmas, and he'd just adopted a puppy at that time and left someone in charge of it. The vet had told him that it was too young to have it neutered, female by the way, and when he got back from his UK visit, this poor dog was heavily pregnant, and since then has given birth to 9 puppies. So he sent pictures of those, and I know we all like a cute video. In fact, I think I'm going to have to go to Bulgaria myself and see how they're getting on. It sounds like a plan.
Keep it Maythorn, weekly Maythorn, monthly Maythorn, while we trek with the tech. Welcome to Bulgaria, a greeting guaranteed. It really is a charming place, YouTube every week. So join us in